So hopefully you saw my short and it led you to my channel, which is leading you to this video here. No, viruses are not contagious. According to science, okay? Now let's understand something. In science, the way we prove something to be a fact is through scientific method. It's a way of doing a study to prove things are fact. It's very specific. It's not observational studies. It's not statistical studies. It is done so that you remove variables to prove something as fact. And the test, when done, every single time will come up with the same thing. Okay? They did scientific method study to prove that viruses were contagious. Unfortunately, what they found is they weren't. Now, at the time the study was done, of course, everyone still then believed that viruses were contagious. And since the data gathered showed the opposite, the man who did the study labeled it inconclusive. Now, why would he do that? It's easy. Human nature. Just as I'm telling you now that viruses are not contagious, people are going to be calling me names and saying I'm an idiot and all kinds of things. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. It's hard to stand up against the grain. So he did. He labeled it inconclusive. And they buried the results. But I've read the study. I know what they said, what it said. In a study where they did everything they could to infect somebody. They did 100 volunteers on 2 coasts. So that's 200 volunteers with a mixture as a control of those who had already been infected and survived and those that had no prior form of the virus. And we're talking about the Spanish flu, right? It was done in 1918. Okay, so out of all 100, 0 got sick. And they used 3 different methods to try and infect people. And they couldn't get anyone sick at all. That means it's not contagious. And that's just the truth. That's not my opinion. It's what happened. Okay? When I see these things like these passports and all the bullshit that they're doing, which is 100% invalid, we have to do something. They have stolen our wealth. They're stealing it every day with all of these things. Yeah, people are dying, sure. I'm not disagreeing that people aren't dying. They are, but they're just dying for reasons other than what we're being told. People, we have to do something. This is our nation. We are Americans, and the great thing about that is we are all born equal and free. We are the sovereigns of this nation. All of us. And if you go into government, hello government, pay attention. If you go into government, you go in of your own free will, giving up your rights, and you are our servants. We don't belong to you, you belong to us. And you are violating every bit of every part of what this nation is for, both in the letter of the law and in the spirit of the law. You are all guilty. I'm one man. I know what to do. I know that we need to take these people to court, our courts, for the crimes they've committed against us. I can't do it by myself. I'm just one guy. You know, everyone on the left that is afraid and hates Republicans, and everyone on the right who thinks they're all a bunch of libtards, you all gotta wake the fuck up. You're so pulled in either direction, you can't see what's going on. They've got us divided, and they are conquering. Put the schoolyard bitching and bickering down. Put it aside. We need to unite. Otherwise, we're done. I'm not okay with that. I'm gonna fight this with everything I have. I can't do it alone. Remember these words. United we stand, divided we fall. Well, it's time to make a decision. The one thing we have to hold above everything is individual liberty. Keep that in the front of your mind and forget the rest of the shit. Because we are at war. And they're winning. I hope you all hear this and understand this. I know I'm going to get a horrible backlash, but I just don't give a fuck. If we don't do something, we're sunk, and I'm not okay with that. I'm fighting. United we stand, divided we fall.